All right, 8th grade math assessment practice, day 1. Please have out your paper, pencil, and calculator. You will have approximately 60 seconds for every practice problem. Get ready, begin. All right, figure 1 is congruent to figure 2, which means think of this as a mirror. We're seeing the mirror image, so it's actually kind of switched, right? So in other words, B and V are the same angle, for instance. So anyway, the question is which side of figure 2 is congruent to EA? So we look at this, we want this line segment right here. So if I think of it as a mirror, that is the segment RS over here. So I look over and clearly my choice, line segment RS, choice E. Question 2, 60 seconds, starting now. All right, here we go. We have that mirror image again, where this parallelogram, these are two congruent parallelograms, meaning angle A is congruent with angle W, angle B is congruent with angle X, and so on and so forth. How we approach this is we just kind of systematically go through it. Angle A, angle W, looks good. Choice B, segment AB, WX, looks good. Those are congruent. Angle C should be congruent with angle Y. That's good. Angle D right here, congruent with angle X. Uh-oh. That's the one. These are not, that is not the mirror image of angle D. This is my choice. To double check, BC, here it is. XY, here's its image in the mirror. CD, here it is. YZ, here it is. Those are all good. The choice is D. You've got 60 seconds. Ready, go! circular garden has an area of 36 square feet. So here's my poorly drawn circle. It's 36 feet squared. We want to know what is the radius of that circle. If we know the area of a circle equation is pi times r squared equals, and we know it's 36 feet squared, we can solve for radius. We know that pi is 3.14, so dividing both sides by pi, get your calculators out. 36 divided by 3.14 gives me about, I get r squared equals 11.46. Don't choose that as the answer. Notice they try to trick you over here. That is not the answer. What do we have to do? We have to take the square root of both sides to get that down to r. R equals the square root of 11.46. Plug that into your calculator. I'm getting 3.38, 3.39 if I round correctly. Usually when you do these correct, or if you did it correct, it's going to line up, and we have choice D over here that is working for that. Next question, 60 seconds, ready, begin. Taking a look at composite area here, we need to figure out the area of this shape. There is no one equation that you can just take length times width or 1/2 base times height to figure out the area. We have to be a little bit more clever. I'm going to show you my technique on how to solve this problem. If I were to fill this in with a line right here and made this just an entire rectangle, a rectangle with the dimensions 10 by 20. 20 by 10 would give me an area of 200 inches squared. That would be the maximum area. Based on that information, I can throw out choice D right away. Now, there may be a way to figure out, well, we can figure out this rectangle here, and we can figure out this rectangle here, and we can figure out this triangle here. Let me show you the fastest way, because time is of the essence. If we can figure out the area of this piece that they cut out, this right here, and subtract it from 200, we can figure out the area. What we need is this side right here. This length. If we look down here, the total length is 20 inches, and this length is 8 inches, so this length here must be 12 inches. To find out the area of a triangle, we take 1/2 of the base, which is 5, times the height, which is 12, and that's going to equal, if you can do this in your head, great. If you can't, use your calculator, 30 inches squared. So I figured out that this triangle that they cut out is 30 square inches. Take 30 from the total and you get 170 inches squared. And believe it or not, it is a choice, so we did it correct. Next question, 60 seconds, ready, set, go. so here we've taken a shape and blown it up into a larger size. The dimensions get larger, but the ratio of those dimensions stays the same. So here's the fastest way to solve it. Pick any two sides that are, similar. We're going to write a fraction, 10 over 15. That's comparing these two sides here. Now we're going to set that equal to, and this is a little bit hard to see, so I'll move it over as well. We know this 5, so we're going to put that on top. That matches this 10 here. And the bottom of the fraction is this m that we don't know, because that's what we want to know. So let me rewrite this. We have 10 over 15 equals 5 over our unknown side m. If we cross multiply, we're going to get 10m equals 5 times 15 is 75. Now we're starting to get somewhere. M equals 7.5, and looky there, we got the choice. It works. Next question. 60 seconds. Begin. Alright, a lens casts an image of a 15-foot tree, here's that 15-foot tree, onto a sheet of paper. The image is 8 inches from the lens, and the lens is 12 feet from the tree. Find the height of the image. Well, so you can picture this, if the lens was projecting way out here as far as 12 feet, our tree would be the same size. It's not, it's actually, so it's closer to the paper. So how do we solve this? Well, we set up a proportion. I'm going to do it over here so you can see. 12 over 15 is equal to 8. Remember, our distance from the tree has to be on the top, and our unknown height goes on the bottom. Now it just becomes a cross multiply and divide type problem. We get 12h equals 15 times 8, which would be 120. Some of you probably see the answer at this point. Some may not. Divide both sides by 12. We get h equals 10. And, well, choice F seems to make the most sense. Alright, next question. You got 60 seconds. Take a look. Alright, the scale drawing shows the floor plan of Jennifer's studio apartment. The scale is 3 inches equals 5 feet. what are the actual dimensions in feet? So we have to set up a ratio here. Kind of think of it like this. If 3 inches is equivalent to 5 feet, then we have to think of it as what is 27 inches equivalent to, and that variable on the bottom is going to give us the number of feet. We're going to need a second one of those. 3 inches is equivalent to 5 feet, and we're also going to do the other side, 18 inches over some variable. We cross multiply and divide, so we get 3x equals 5 times 27, 135, I believe. Let me double check that. Okay, and then so solving for x, 135 divided by 3, we get 45 feet. So our 27-inch side is 45 feet. I can basically choose my answer now because it's the only one that has 45 feet, but let's just double check. 3x is equal to 90. Divide by 3, divide by 3, x equals 30. So my dimensions are, the actual dimensions are 30 feet by 45 feet, or choice B.